Hello and welcome to the Forts Lancer cast. I'm your host, Swkoll, and today we'll be looking at a 2v2 game sent to me by Theta, who you might recognize from the 2v2 dual commentary we did. I've heard a lot of good feedback about them, and I'm looking to do some more with them. Right now I've got this cast sent to me. It is borderline average Joes. Looking at these ratings up here, we got some 1600s and some 1300s, 1400s. So it is 2v2. It is the top side versus the bottom side. We have Lock, who is the red Cybern. Theta, the pink Seraphim, off-classing there a bit. Normally he's Aeon. And we have Agony in the bottom right corner as a UEF. And Swkoll in the bottom left corner as a Cybern. So we're seeing a Cybern versus Cybern matchup and a Seraphim versus UEF matchup. There's some shenanigans planned, 2v1 it, which is always a valid strategy. Agony doing some weird build, not getting much mass, it seems. But he's compensating by getting out 2 early labs, which is the most aggressive play, other than Techlocks, who will be sending a Mantis through the middle. There have been some shenanigans on the FAF client. I don't think I'll talk about this. I think that deserves its own video. Not too happy about the whole situation. But right now we're seeing the labs come out from Agony. Moving out to the top, Theta coming out. Should clean that up easily with the AC. This lab looking to cause trouble. We'll move up the top and possibly deny this engineer coming across the top. We see this Mantis sort of getting chased down, but pathfinding fouls it up, and he should be able to clean that up by coming around. Theta also sending a reinforcing raid. Manages to take out the scout, so this Mantis should be able to escape in theory. Agony continuing to produce labs at 3-minute mark. It's a bit late, and looks like this Mantis will get quite a kill. But rating should be cleaned up quite nicely. Theta positioning Celine in a decent spot. What will he be able to see? He'll be able to see movements through here. Not that useful as a intel, but as a positioning thing, it should be fairly useful to pick up an engineer coming here. Right now, Air coming out from Swkoll. He is the only player to choose Air on this map. I'm not sure that's a really well thought out, considering how close you are to your enemy commander. Looks like we'll pass each other just by only a bit. Theta asking for Air. First bomb comes off. Almost kills the first Engie. Working on these Lancefam, 2 Engies on the Lancefam. But right now we're seeing Swkoll very behind on the land factory count. He has 1 offensive land factory, while Agony also a single offensive land factory. Swkoll should be able to clean this works quite nicely, but anti-air force out will clean up the air harassment from Swkoll. I'd like to see some point defenses, possibly. Now here we go, there's some point defense. Point defense is the counter to commanders. Well, ungunned, unupgraded commanders don't have an army with them. Techlock's asking for backup. His ACU is quite far forward. The 2 ACU is quite far forward. I'd like to see them go. Harass power. Theta quite surprised. Not sure what. Possibly realizing that Swkoll has an ACU reclaiming his hydrocarbon. And that will power stall him. No, he doesn't power stall. It's like, I'm not making air. I don't need power. Forget hydrocarbons. You know what you need? You need tanks. And Theta will supply on the tanks. Point defense shooting at the 2 ACUs, more point defense is going up. But Swkoll getting cut off. He's got 2 armies and a very small attack force. This may be behind a Swkoll. He was too far forward, too overextended, and Agony is not willing to send his forces to assist. Dialec's now coming under a lot of fire. 1 point defense is up. Looks like there were attempts taken out, but repairs from Agony will come forward. Just a note, repairs do cost the full mass costs of the units, and Swkoll will go down. He was way overextended. Loses to superior tanks, but now, if you look at the top side, doesn't really have an army. But that's okay, because the bottom side doesn't either. They can easily 2v1 this commander if Teolix moves out of the way. That Locktex takes some shots. Oops, wrong button. Looking at these commanders of battle. Meanwhile, we're seeing Teolix control the top. Teolix trying to stay alive desperately. He goes down below the Combomb health range, but Techlock still surviving at almost full health. Teolix trying to get out there, blocking, coming in. Goes down below 500 health, below 200, 300, and Teolix goes down. Combomb kills off Agony, and that will be the good game. Off this map. It's fine, fine. So that was quite the short game, but I do hope you enjoyed it nevertheless. And thank you for watching. Good night.